Morning, morning, guys. Yeah, I promised to do some research on the United Nations and get you the results. So I'm here. I hope you find today. So I just began some little research on UN, and then at some point I didn't go on. You know, they say when a tree falls on a yam farm and kills the farm owner, no one bothers to count the number of plants, the number of yam plants destroyed. So I told you, okay, what I said about UN, yesterday, remember I said UN was primarily formed to tame Germany. Actually, that is how I simplified it. What I was told is that after the Second World War, they formed UN to bring sanity. At least bring sanity, because the way Germany was behaving, I've been saying here all along that Germany kills, Hitler killed 6 million of these Jews. Now, this United Nations was formed to bring sanity, because during the First and the Second World War, Germany was a problem. Now, when I continued with my research at some point, I learned that UN has around 200 member states of UN. You know, I told you, I promised I was even going to rate UN with my rating of, what do we call it? Remember I said the other video I said America give 52% of your integrity and the way you handle issues that arise. So that is, and your discipline. That determines how I rate you out of 100. So that I do in everything, in every part of life. Even my friends, I rate my friends the same way. Even anybody I relate with, I rate the same way. And remember, I told you there's a group of people that I call Doslam. Those are people that now there's somebody that you can't rate. You know, like in football, you know that, like in football, when you are giving the results of a World Cup, this country was number 1, this country was number 2, this country number 3, this country number 4. Have you ever seen the result of Sudan in World Cup? And Sudan was number, or leave Sudan. Have you seen the results of Tanzania here in World Cup? When you're given the results of World Cup, have you ever seen the results of Tanzania? So there are some people you cannot rate. There are some people that you cannot rate. There are these people that I call Doslam. Now, I've been rating countries here. I'm a Kenyan. I'm in Kenya right now. Have you ever seen me rating Kenya? I cannot rate Kenya because when you are harmful to sanity, I dissociate with you. I told you the people I call Doslam in my group of the people I interact with. There's the last group I told you is I call Doslam. I told you they're the people that are blacklisted. In fact, not even blacklisted. I've even red-listed some of them. In fact, some of them are red-listed. So any moment I sense that you are harmful to sanity, I automatically blacklist you. I don't want anything to do with you. That is, whether it's a country, whether it is a personal human being, a person like me. Anytime I just come to a conclusion that you are harmful to sanity, I don't want any relationship with you. And that is that group of people that I told you I call Doslam. Okay, not that you only must be good. No, not everybody can be good. Everybody, in fact, good, somebody being good depends on what the definition of good to you is. So your definition of good is not the same as my definition of good. So it does not necessarily mean somebody is good. But at least somebody must have sanity. So if I realize that you are harmful and you are very unfriendly to sanity, that is when I now blacklist you. So that is why somebody told me that I like to talk negative about America. No, America, I give America 52%. I didn't even rate Kenya there, and Kenya is my country. So you can see how much I value America. Kenya, I can't even rate Kenya. I can't even talk of Kenya when I'm rating, because Kenya is out. I can't even rate Kenya. I can't disassociate with anybody who is abusing sanity, who is harmful to sanity. You must have some little sanity with you. That is when I can relate with you. If you don't have any sanity with you, I cannot relate with you. So, if it's a country that that a court can rule that a country that does not even respect its courts, that will override the court's rulings, I can't relate with somebody who is harmful to sanity, who is just too reckless to the fact that he even overrides sanity. That is, I dissociate with such people. So that is why I dissociate with even my own country, Kenya. I can't rate Kenya. So when I give America 52%, know that I respect America, because my own country, I've not even rated my own country. It's not even there, it's 0%. It's not there, it's out. Because sanity, once I realize that you are unfriendly to sanity, I disassociate with you. So the only thing that remains between me and Kenya is that Kenya is my motherland. That is the only thing, nothing else. So back to UN. So when I was digging into United Nations, I found out that the United Nations has a group has membership of around 200 countries. These 200 countries, there are 5 countries that have permanent membership. There are 5 countries that have permanent membership. And then, according to my very reliable sources, when there is a particular decision that is being made, all these 5 permanent countries must sign and must agree for that decision to go through. So these 5 permanent membership, for 5 countries permanent membership to the UN, number 1 is America. That is why I told you during my research I reached somewhere and I even dropped. I even left that research because I cannot even rate that this UN. I cannot rate this UN. I've now started blacklisting it, though I've not yet blacklisted it. But what the information I got, I started blacklisting it. It's null and void. That for a decision to be made by UN, there are 5 permanent members that must sign, but they must agree. And that those 5 permanent members, number 1 is America. And you know the way I've been telling you what I've been saying about America previously. So when I just saw that, I disassociated with the UN. I disassociated with the UN. America, number 1. Number 2 is Britain. Number 3 is France. Number 4 is Russia. See? Russia, Putin. And number 5 is China. So these 5 permanent members of the UN must assent to this, whatever decision is made. That is when that decision. If any one of them does not agree with this and does not sign, then it's an X. So the moment I met that is when I just disassociated from UN. I don't want even to do more research because I cannot relate to such things. That if America refuses to sign, that thing will not pass. America refuses to sign, that thing will not pass. The America we know. You know, somebody was saying I like talking negative about America. It's not I don't like. Okay, let me say. Okay, even if you have siblings, you have children. You have children, then you have firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn. You know, this secondborn and thirdborn will always have, I don't know, I cannot call it a grudge because these people are brothers, so they can't have a grudge. But there will never always be a peaceful meeting between these people, that either the first and the secondborn, or third and fourth, or fourth and fifth, these people that are one is coming after the other, there will always be something pushy. So I think that is what is happening between me and America, because America, you know, both of us, Kenya and America, we are both the children of Britain. Britain is our colony. So we are both the children of Kenya and America, we are both the children of Britain. So I think that is why somebody said I like talking negative about America. But you can't call that a grudge. You and your brother, you can't have a grudge with your brother. But it's just natural. You know, Franco, the late Franco Luambo Luanzo Makiadi, the Congo musician. You know, in this world there are some people that should be tagged as legends, but they are just overlooked. Somebody like Franco. You know, Franco sang a song. There is a song that is called 12,600 Letters of Franco. This 12,600 letters, this song, the 12,600 are letters that people were writing to Franco from all over the world. And those who are writing these letters to Franco, 12,600 letters, those people who are writing these letters to Franco are wives of people, of different people all over the world. They wrote 12,600 letters to Franco. And every letter was complaining about their sister-in-laws, the sisters to their husbands. 12,600 letters, not phone calls. 12,600 letters written to Franco, all of them complaining, wives complaining of their sisters-in-law, the sisters to their husbands. So, I've just said that because also this one of brother, siblings that are just coming after each other, like thirdborn and fourthborn and fifthborn, this one that's following each other, they will always be fighting, beating each other, they will always be in trouble with each other. It's not hate, they don't hate each other, they are brothers, but it's just natural. It just happens, something that happens naturally, the same as this one of sister-in-law and the sister to the husband, the wife and sister to your husband. It's just natural, it's not a hate. It's something that is natural. You and the sister to your husband will never have good terms. Even if you decide to hide it, you'll never. So, I think that is what is happening with me and America. Because we are both the children of Britain. But anyway, mine is not that I'm just defaming America. No, I'm speaking with points. If I tell you America is a manipulator, I even asked you to. I even told you that Google is your friend. Go there, you will find so many places where America has manipulated people. So I'm not just talking because America is my sibling. I'm just speaking reality. So I got information that for UN to reach a decision, the signatures of these 5 permanent members must all be there. So if any one of them disagrees, then that thing is not passed. Any one person disagrees, then that thing is not passed. Now, is there any sanity there? Is there anything that can be? Let's even take the currently, Russia is beating Putin is beating Ukraine. And Putin is one of the signatories. So if Putin does not sign anything, that thing will not go through. So how will UN help? Nothing. Right now, Israel is beating those people. Those people who tried to commit suicide, who came to commit suicide in Israel. They are beating those people. If this UN is to help, if this UN is to come into a decision to do something to help, America must be a signatory to that decision. And this America is the one that's putting the 2 ships. I was told there are 2 ships. I told you there are these ships that carry over 200 planes. 2 American ships are laying ambush where those Guru think tank told me what they are doing is called a deterrent. That 2 American ships are in deterrent there in where Israel are beating those people. They are just laying ambush there, just in case these naughty boys of Middle East can think of doing something. You know, this Middle East, they are also very naughty. Saudi Arabia has of late grown horns. But even though Saudi Arabia is growing horns, I'm rating Saudi Arabia and I'm giving Saudi Arabia 75% of sanity, discipline and integrity. Same as Britain. I gave Saudi Arabia 75% and Britain 75%. And I'm also giving UAE 75%. Those are places that there is sanity, even though somebody cannot be 100% perfect. A human being cannot be 100% perfect. And that is why I gave Israel 95% and not 100%. Because no human being can be 100%. So UAE I'm giving 75%. Saudi Arabia 75%. Which one there can I also rate? Don't tell me to rate Kenya and don't tell me to rate Tanzania. This one I cannot rate. This was, at least Tanzania has some little sanity. Yeah, in Tanzania there is little sanity. You can see some little sanity. But somewhere like Uganda, how can you start rating Uganda? You remember when somebody said they are walking to work? When somebody decided to walk to work, tear gas was blasted into his eyes. So those are the places that I dissociate with. The people that are harmful to sanity, I cannot even associate with this Uganda. Tanzania, at least to some extent, there is sanity. South Africa, to some extent, there is sanity. South Africa, there is some sanity. Tanzania, there is some traces of sanity. But Uganda, no. Kenya, no. Kenya does not respect the courts. Kenya does not respect the court's decisions, and that is why I don't even want to associate with Kenya. Sudan, not even anywhere near to rating. Let's go up. Egypt, I can rate Egypt. In fact, I rated Egypt, I think so. Egypt is somewhere close to Egypt. Egypt and America are somewhere around one place. America has 52%, Egypt has something like 50%. Nigeria, no rating. Nigeria, I can't even rate. Nigeria, no. France, France I can rate. By the way, France, my friend Guru Think Tank told me a very interesting story about France. That the French, during the very early days, some centuries back, the French had only 3 estates. The French was divided in only 3 estates. And I asked my friend Guru Think Tank why these media people are called the 4th estate. where did this name come from? This name called the Fourth Estate. So my friend Guru Think Tank started explaining to me how this name, the Fourth Estate, came up, and that is when he gave me the story of France. That the French were only divided into 3 estates. There was this one called the church, that is the clergy. There are people that are only deal with the religion. And there was this group called the monarchy. These ones were the ones that are in charge of leadership and whatever, like king and whatever. And then there was this group called the aristocrats, or the landowners. So French, there were only 3 estates. But then in those days, there were these things like TV and internet were not there. Very, very early days, not even 17 something, not even, I think it's beyond 15 something or something of the sort. I can't remember very well what he told me. So the people, when news, the spread of news was very slow. You could say something and it would take some long time before it reaches somewhere. So these news people that were there, they could come to a meeting. Then they were very good artists. They could draw very fast, and they will draw what is happening. Like now you see somebody captures it on camera and then they will show it on TV. Now these people, they were drawing it using their hands. They draw people with their hands. They can even draw you at the figure of you like this, and it just comes exactly like you. So they could draw something, and that news, they could use that formula to spread that news very fast. So that is how the media came to be called the Fourth Estate. Because there were 3, these people, 3 estates, came to realize that these other media people, they are very important because their information just travels so fast. They make information really go very fast. So they should be recognized also. They should not go unrecognized. That is how they became the Fourth Estate, because there were 3 estates. There were the church, the church is also the clergy, then there are the monarchy, and then there was the aristocrats, the landowners and business owners. So there were only 3 estates. So when they realized that these media people, they were also doing something that should be recognized, that is when they added the Fourth Estate. So that is how the media, if you hear the media called the Fourth Estate, that is where the name Fourth Estate came from. That is the information I got from my good friend Guru Think Tank. I will one day, these people don't like cameras, but I will one day take a secret camera of them, and one of them, each of them, my friend Guru Think Tank, my other friend, Dr. Tom Gwema Mbasogo, and my other friend, Le Patron, they will never agree to come before the camera. These people, they are my reliable sources of information. All this information, most of this information I get from the 3. They are my very reliable sources of information, but they don't allow cameras. They don't want to be brought before the camera. So I must one day take very secret camera of each of them, and I'll show them to you here one of these days. So I think about UN, it was all about UN. So UN blacklisted. I don't want to associate with it again, because it is what do we call it? The wise men say that even if the lion wants to barb its mane, it's not the dog that will be the barber. Even if the lion wants to barb its mane, it's not the dog that will be the barber. So I just saw this UN, it cannot help anything. It's just this common, I can even classify it under criminal groups, because currently we have a problem in the world. We have two big problems. In fact, we have another one in Syria. I've not followed this Syria, but in Syria also there is a problem. We have a problem in this Pakistan, and we have a problem in Putin. Now, Putin is one of the signatories to this UN. So which means, and if one signatory does not agree with anything, any decision cannot be made. Which means UN cannot come to any rescue of this, because Putin will not sign there. If this UN should make, if it is formed to bring solutions to the world problems, and then, the wise men say that wisdom is a comb that nature gives to old men when they are bald. Wisdom is a comb that nature gives to old men when they are bald. So is this now like this UN? Now the main problem is it cannot do anything because Russia must be a signatory. for anything to go on. So it cannot bring a solution to what is happening between Russia and Ukraine. On the other hand, it cannot bring a solution to what is happening between here in Israel and Palestine. It cannot be a solution. Why? I've told you American warships are laying ambush there too. And America is one of the signatories. And I've told you minus one signatory, anything cannot be passed. So it's a comb that nature gives to all men when they are bald. It's something, it's like, I don't want even to, I dissociate with it, I dissociate with UN. Those are, I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys. Till next time.